Parental discretion is advised during tonight's show. How important is sex in a relationship? Is sex all it's made out to be? How can it be satisfying most of the time? And how can you enjoy it when people just sometimes don't know what it's all about? If you're having meaningful sex, whether it's out of duty, whether it's lust, does it really matter? What's your sex IQ? All these questions, their answers and more as we talk about sex on tonight's Dolor Factor Live.
In this program are those of the host and guest and in no way represent those of DBS and are not intended to determine decision-making processes. Dolor Factor Live is brought to you compliments of Carib Cable, Prestige Auto Holdings Limited, Ference Dairy, Court St. Lucia, Glass Graphics, Transit TV, Star Publishing, Touch Therapies, Vision Express, Infinity Color Shop, EC Global, Baywalk Shopping Mall, Sea Island Cotton Shop.
Hello, I'm Delia Dolor and welcome to Dolor Factor Live. SEX, what's the big deal? Why is it the cause of so much enjoyment, satisfaction, but sometimes boredom and even pain? To have a great marriage or partnership, sex must be properly understood and both persons should be able to talk openly to their partner about their wants and needs. But for many, sex is not only something to bring excitement, but an expectation in any physical relationships. And sometimes the quality isn't the issue, but the frequency sometimes is. So how important is sex in a relationship? To answer this question and more, it gives me great pleasure to welcome once again relationship counsellor Rose Obertine to the DBS set. And for the second time this week, after being a guest on my radio show on RSL 97, Tell It Like It Is, I welcome writer Jamie Dalsey to the DFL set. Good night, Jamie.
Good night, Delia. It was pleasure.
Good. I'm really excited to talk for tonight's show,
Yes.
to explain, to discuss, to have fun with tonight's show.
Most definitely.
You know, because as usual, I'd like us to be informative,
Yes.
at the same time educational with it, and just to become real. To become
And
real.
maybe
By
we should
law.
take out the taboo from sex. Why is there such taboo when it comes to sex? Something so beautiful, you know?
Definitely.
So I
Simply
think that-
beautiful. Simply
Yes.
Lucia.
Yeah.
On justice. That's life, man. That's life. We have to be real with it. That's the way I say it.
Well, you see, what someone's definition of real could be different to another's person's
sure.
definition of real. So I want us to go through a lot of those things. And I know that Rose, being the expert that she is on in
I'm still
relationships,
learning, you know, that's what makes it exciting.
Good.
Because I'm still learning.
Oh, we're never done learning. You always
Well,
be
Yeah, this is
creative.
what makes it so interesting.
all right. Well, you're going to have another
Expert?
interesting thing happening in the next couple of weeks, aren't you? In July, when I know
yes,
that you're
yes,
going to
that's-
be.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, on the 17th. Yes, so we'll be making good use of our gift. And this will be on the 17th of July at Ladera, Mike and I. Just relaxing, getting away from the norm, from the usual surroundings, and getting something new and different.
And getting in touch with nature. I think you're going to be in the
More
new
in touch,
paradise.
because we're
more
always in touch with
yes,
nature,
more
you
in
know,
touch.
Delia.
Yeah, of course,
More in
definitely.
touch.
Oh, I stand
Yes.
corrected. Sorry.
That's okay, that's okay. That's
But
okay.
yeah, more important. For viewers who
Yes.
don't know what we're talking about, we actually ran a promotion with the Dara Resorts last month. I think it was in May, when we asked our viewers to tell us who the most romantic couple they knew. And many people just wrote in to say so many things about Rose and Mike and how romantic and loving they were after all these years. And so the team at Ladera there was just no contest.
The older the
basically.
wine, the better it
No,
tastes.
There we are, there we
so
are.
you're going to be
Yes.
enjoying your dinner and an overnight stay.
Yes, it's an overnight stay, and I
and-
think it will be relaxing for us. Mike and I are retired, Delia, but we are so busy. I mean, I woke up this morning at 4:45, and my day has not stopped. Look, I'm here. And I was telling a friend of mine, she kept on calling me. She called me for four times, and she said, "Rose, where are you?" I said, "I'm there, but I don't work every day for myself. I'm in my house, but doing things."
Yes.
You know, woke up 4:45, exercise from 5 to 6. and from 6 o'clock, praying, preparing breakfast, washing, cooking, on the computer, preparing for a program. I'm going to have a project. I mean, I keep doing things, and you have me here tonight, Julia.
Well,
you should have asked me to go to sleep if you had known what my day was
like.
like.
No, I wouldn't have, because I would have said I need you.
It's such a topic.
I would say I need you.
Jamie,
yes.
Such a topic, doing things.
Yes.
Yes.
So, but thank you anyway, Rose, for being here.
Yes.
And Jamie, what was your day like today?
Typical day at work at Digital, where I also work, and straight over, I'm here right now. Just typical, very simple, very casual, ready to have some fun.
Good. Well, I hope that you're going to bring a youthful touch to the program. Not that I'm saying anything about Rose and I, because we're still very young.
The older the wine, the better it is,
sometimes we just, it's nice to know a different viewpoint.
For sure.
It's always good to know what the young people are thinking and what they're doing, so that when you have to address them, you would have had the experience of a young person.
And I'm glad you said that, because communication is a key to resolving many matters in society, and by communicating effectively and efficiently, we get to bridge that generation gap.
Yeah.
And that's one reason why many people falter in society, because to resolving many of our primary issues.
And let's not go into that, because that's another topic in
another
itself.
Topic, another show.
And I don't want you to think that you're going to get away with our two-in-a-row question, which I asked Rose earlier. Rose.
Which one?
I would like you to tell us something naughty you did when you were a child.
Lily, I'm always a good girl.
That little cheeky face of yours. I can just imagine the little
Rose,
tricks.
a madman never tells you that he's crazy.
Tell me, Rose. Come on,
you did ask me this question, and I was wondering, but what naughty have I done? I mean, and then I remember when I must have been about 9, 10. My father had a bakery, and we had to take bread to a cousin of ours. And my sister and I went to bring the bread across. It was maybe about half a mile away. And in those days, they had the sailors who used to come on the ships. I don't know if you know about that, Delia, you're too young to know that. And they used to just roam about the city. And the place where we were bringing the bread was right in the city, in Conway. And they just saw 2 nice little shabby girls walking across the road. And the men started coming after us. And we had that, well, I was carrying the bread, and let me tell you, we dropped the bread. And all the bread flew all across the street. And guess what? When they saw that happen, they ran. And my sister and I bent down. So I had my sister with me, so the naughtiness was not only me. And went picking up the bread to put back in the bag to bring for the lady. My father never knew that, but there were some adults around, and they said, "You see, look at this. Oh, my dear, my cafe bun manger cochon."
I like that.
This was a naughty thing, but my dad never knew. Bless his soul, and he's dead now. And if he's listening, I'm sorry, Daddy, but I did that.
I think he'll forgive you.
It wasn't your fault.
No, I was scared. I mean, I couldn't leave the bread on the ground, and I had to bring her. It wasn't a wet night.
Oh yes.
It was a dry evening, so the bread wasn't dirty.
Well, I think you can be forgiven for that, because you didn't do anything on purpose, you know.
No.
So give us our daily bread. So.
Yes.
So, all right. So Jamie, your question. Tell us about someone who has inspired you.
There are so many people out there, you know. But I could say one person off the bat, my mother. Well, at her age, she's considering going back to school. She's actually taking classes right now to go back to school. So many young people refuse to go back to school, can't afford it. I would say they can't afford it, or they just don't have the energy to go back to school anymore. At her age, if she can do it, why can't I do it? To further my education, develop my passions, and start soaring like an eagle. So for sure, my mother.
Okay.
Come on.
Good answer. All right, well, thank you for that. We're going to move on. The painting on set is called Relaxation. It's by Janet Lang, and Relaxation can be viewed and purchased at the inner gallery in Bois-de-Wange, and incidentally there's office space available there, and that's where we're based as well. So if you're looking for office space upstairs, the inner gallery in Bois-de-Wange, there's some there. This week's Dolor Factor fan is Marika Ferdinand. You can read what Marika has to say about the show and why she's a Dolor Factor fan in the fan factor section of dolorfactorlive.com. Look at that pose! Oh my God! You know, the national colours of St. Lucia posing. I wonder if she's going to be going up for Carnival Queen or one of those, you know, beauty contests. Look at that! I mean, she can teach them how to pose. Okay, now before I tell you about this week's special giveaway, I'd like to invite women and those who care for these women to a free lecture on fibroids and cervical cancer. Now, it will be presented by Dr. Troy Gatcliffe, who is a gynecologic oncologist and robotic surgeon. It takes place on Thursday, the 11th of July from 4:30 to 6 p.m. at the Bay Gardens Beach Resort and Spa Conference Room. Refreshments will be served and space is limited. Now, if you'd like to take part and you'd like to register for that, all you need to do is send your contact details, so your name, a telephone number, maybe an email address. Send it to info@dolorfactorlive.com. That's info@dolorfactorlive.com. And also, Thea and I will be visiting health centers and other health organizations tomorrow. So if you see us, we can register you, okay? And it's a very important thing. It's so important. It's free. So please come along, take that time and come along. It's on the 11th of July, and I'll repeat this information at the end of the show. And you can read more on our website, dolorfactorlive.com. All right, make sure you join us there. Now, this week's giveaway is unusual because as you send us the answers, we're going to create our own survey and give you the results later tonight. Now, everyone who participates, their name will go into a bag, and if your name is chosen, you will win a sexy gift. Now, here's the question, and you can answer simply by A or B, as that's easier and quicker. Question is, what turns you on more when you're feeling sexy? Is it A, a cologne or perfume, and don't laugh, Rose, I can see her laughing, or B, a fresh and clean body? What turns you on more when you're feeling sexy? Is it A, a cologne or perfume, or B, a fresh and clean body? The question can be found on dolorfactorlive.com, Facebook page, Dolor Factor Live TV show. And we're going to see you after the break, so start answering.